Alright guys, we've got some massive Forsaken news to cover today. From some of the biggest drama the game has ever seen, to the upcoming Aberrant John Doe skin, and even the long-delayed Peeler skin, you don't want to miss this one. Let's get right into it. Firstly, we've got one of the wildest stories to cover yet. It turns out that Forsaken's former owner, Sol Revan, is still profiting off the game, despite supposedly being cut off completely months ago. Let's break this all down, because there's a lot to unpack here. So, for context, Sol Revan used to be the owner of Forsaken. They were removed from that role after serious allegations came out, which made everyone believe they were gone for good. But recently, a leaked image started circulating on Twitter showing payout data. That leak claimed Sol is still receiving 25% of all Forsaken's revenue, a massive chunk compared to the 4% that most other developers get. If true, that means Sol continues to make the largest share of Robux from the game long after they were supposedly out. Naturally, the community blew up over this. Why was Sol still being paid? Why wasn't this made public? And why did it look like the devs had been hiding it? Well, Hitoko, the current lead developer, responded in a huge thread trying to clear things up. Here's the short version. When Sol agreed to hand over Forsaken to the new dev team, they didn't do it for free. Forsaken was basically put up for sale in underground Roblox game markets, and big companies were looking to buy it. If that had happened, Forsaken would have likely turned into a pay-to-win nightmare loaded with microtransactions. To prevent this, a deal was made. The devs would get full creative control and run the game, but Sol would keep a share of the profits. And because the deal involved legal contracts, everyone had to sign an NDA, meaning they literally couldn't speak about the details without risking massive fines. That NDA is the reason the devs stayed quiet. Hitoko even admitted he hated having to mislead the community, but said he legally couldn't say otherwise at the time. When he tweeted back in May about Forsaken being fully his, the contracts hadn't actually been finalized until June. He was just hopeful and speaking too soon. The drama didn't stop there though. Some people turned their attention toward Basil, another member of the team, accusing her of not contributing or just posting daily seals in Discord. She got a wave of harassment on TikTok and Twitter, but Hitoko defended her, saying if anyone wanted to direct anger, it should be toward him, not the rest of the team. Other creators also spoke about this. Creekcraft, for example, explained the legal side of it. In Roblox, it's actually common for games to be split among multiple owners, with percentages distributed between them. He gave examples like Grow a Garden, where multiple devs own shares. Legally, since Sol hasn't been convicted of anything, they're still allowed to profit from what they own, even if the allegations make it uncomfortable. Still, the community's split. Some feel betrayed, saying Hitoko should have just admitted Sol was still making money. Others defend the devs, pointing out that if they broke the NDA, Forsaken itself could have collapsed entirely. It was basically a lose-lose situation. Either let Sol keep a cut while the game survives, or risk Forsaken being sold off and ruined. Now here's where it gets even crazier. The burner Twitter account that leaked the payout details and pushed anti-Forsaken narratives was only following Sol Revan and used Twitter Premium to push it to more people, making it look like Sol was behind it. If true, that would mean Sol themselves broke the NDA by exposing private payout info. Hitoko even said Forsaken could now have legal grounds to cut ties completely if that's proven. But the fallout doesn't stop with money. Players are now questioning whether collab partners will want to stay in the game. Since Sol still profits, every skin purchase, even collab skins, technically benefits them. That sparked speculation that certain collaborations, like Roche's, which was going to come back, might get pulled. Some fear that JX1 won't return either. Nothing's confirmed yet, but it's definitely a risk if collab partners don't want their brands tied to this controversy. At the end of the day, the devs are in a tight spot. They had to choose between letting Sol keep a paycheck while they keep Forsaken alive, or risk losing the game completely. Hitoko admitted he may be shunned by other communities after this, but said protecting the team and the players was worth it. He also confirmed once again that Sol has zero involvement in development. The updates, skins, characters, all of that is fully run by the dev team and contributors. So, what's next? If Sol really did break the NDA with that burner account, the devs may finally be able to cut them out for good. Until then though, this situation probably isn't going away for a while, and the reality is, everything you buy in Forsaken still puts money in their pocket, and that's a hard pill for the community to swallow. What do you guys think? Should the devs have been more transparent, even with the NDA, or was this truly the only way to save Forsaken? Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about something actually in-game. Recently, we've been getting a wave of new leaks surrounding the upcoming Aberrant John Doe skin, which is currently being developed by Alex. From what we've seen so far, this is shaping up to be one of the most high-quality skins Forsaken has gotten in a while, and it's actually based on John Doe's older model, giving it a really creepy and nostalgic vibe. The first big detail we learned was from Alex himself, who reached out to the community for some help with voice acting. Specifically, he wanted recordings of crying or wailing noises that could be used as part of the skin. The idea is that whenever you get close to Aberrant John Doe in a match, you'd hear these unsettling cries, almost like he's haunted or suffering. That's a pretty unique touch, and honestly, I think it could make him one of the scariest killers to go up against if done right. On top of that, we also got a little visual teaser. Alex shared a single tiny pixelated preview of what appears to be Aberrant John Doe's torso. It's not much, but it's enough to spark hype, and combined with the sound design he's planning, you can tell a lot of effort is going into this skin. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This skin isn't just a one-off. According to Alex, the Aberrant John Doe is actually part of a larger planned collection of Aberrant skins, where every killer was originally supposed to have their own variant. He admitted he isn't sure if the devs are still moving forward with that idea, but he did show off a small concept sketch of Aberrant Noli, which looked equally terrifying. If Forsaken does decide to commit to a full set of Aberrant skins, this could easily become one of the coolest skin collections in the entire game. And lastly, we've got some updates on the Peeler skin, which was supposed to be coming to Forsaken but has been stuck in development limbo for months. If you don't know, Peeler is a cool kid skin based on Annoying Orange, and it was originally pitched as a fun and goofy skin to add the game. At first, people were hyped about it, but over time, its progress completely stalled, and now there are even talks about it being scrapped entirely. From what's been shared, Peeler actually had a ton of work put into it. It wasn't just a simple reskin, there was a custom chase theme, voice lines, and even original animations that were designed specifically for him. The problem is that most of those animations, which had taken months to finish, ended up getting thrown out by a dev lead because they apparently didn't fit Forsaken's style, and with so much time wasted, it really hurt the motivation behind the project. Right now, only 2 people are actively working on Peeler, which means everything, the animations, sound effects, and the actual modeling, has to be handled between just them. That's a lot of pressure to put on such a small group, and it's understandable why the creator has openly said they've considered dropping the skin altogether. But there is some good news here. Alex, one of the devs, recently revealed that parts of the scrapped content have actually been re-added back into the Peeler skin. This means not all of that hard work is going to waste, and it should make development go much faster since they don't have to redo everything from scratch. So while Peeler's future is still uncertain, it's not entirely doomed yet. If development continues smoothly, there's still a chance we'll finally see this weird but creative skin make it into Forsaken, and personally, I think it would be a shame if all that work just got scrapped. And that's all the Forsaken news and leaks we've got for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next update.